Taylor Swift has done it again. Just when the music industry thought it had seen her at her peak, she pulled off another cultural earthquake. On October 3, 2025, she dropped her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. And the reaction? Pure chaos. Servers crashed, records shattered, and fans everywhere hit replay before critics even had time to type their first word. But beyond the glittering numbers and flashy headlines, this album has revealed a side of Taylor that's sparking intense debate. Is this her most empowering work yet, or the beginning of her most polarizing era? Let's break it down. When the clock struck midnight, The Life of a Showgirl appeared on streaming platforms worldwide. 13 tracks, each carefully woven with threads from her Eras Tour experiences and her high-profile relationship with Travis Kelce. The album wasn't just a release, it was an event. Fans had been decoding Easter eggs for weeks, from cryptic Instagram posts to mysterious on-stage gestures. And when the music finally dropped, it felt like the climax of a carefully staged spectacle. This wasn't Taylor quietly releasing an album. It was Taylor declaring her place at the center of pop culture, daring anyone to look away. And judging by what happened next, no one did. Within hours of release, Spotify servers buckled under the weight of demand. Fans clicking play all at once created such a surge that the platform temporarily crashed. It wasn't the first time Taylor had broken the internet, but the speed and scale of it left even tech experts stunned. By sunrise, The Life of a Showgirl had already topped charts in more than 50 countries. But the numbers tell only part of the story. Each replay wasn't just about enjoying the music, it was about being part of the moment. Fans flooded social media with reactions, memes, and theories, turning the album into a global conversation. The question wasn't if you had listened yet, but how many times? And then came the critics. Rolling Stone gave the album a perfect score, praising its joyful pop production and calling it a celebration of selfhood. But not everyone was convinced. The Guardian pointed to lyrical repetition, arguing that beneath the polished surface, some songs felt a little too safe, even predictable. This split response highlighted a larger tension: Taylor's ability to make music that's both deeply personal and universally accessible. Some critics hailed her as the ultimate pop architect, while others wondered if she was starting to recycle old tricks. But the divide only fueled the fire. Because in the world of Taylor Swift, even negative reviews become part of the spectacle. For the Swifties, though, the critics didn't matter. Fans immediately embraced the album, flooding comment sections with praise. Empowerment was the word of the day. Tracks about resilience and self-expression were hailed as anthems, especially by younger listeners who saw themselves in her lyrics. But fans weren't just celebrating, they were dissecting. Every lyric became a puzzle piece, with debates over which lines were inspired by Travis Kelce and which referenced moments from the Eras Tour. TikTok lit up with theories, edits, and emotional reactions. For many, this album wasn't just something to listen to, it was something to live through. And then, of course, there were the standout tracks. One song, rumored to be directly inspired by her relationship with Travis, sparked endless discussions about whether it hinted at marriage or maybe even heartbreak down the line. Another track, dripping with Vegas-style glitz, seemed tailor-made for the stage, with fans already fantasizing about its inevitable Eras Tour performance. But the most talked-about moment came from a stripped-down ballad, a song that critics called the emotional anchor of the album. For fans, it was proof that no matter how big the stage gets, Taylor still knows how to cut straight to the heart. Each track offered something different: spectacle, vulnerability, power. Together, they created an album that felt like both a continuation of her legacy and a bold new chapter. What's most fascinating, though, is what this album means for Taylor's place in music. The Life of a Showgirl isn't just a collection of songs, it's a reflection of her evolution, from country sweetheart to pop powerhouse, and now a larger-than-life figure who blends personal storytelling with pure spectacle. The album feels like Taylor leaning fully into her role as a cultural icon. She's not just releasing music anymore. She's staging an experience, one that fuses her personal life, her career, and her fans into a single, ongoing performance. In doing so, she's reshaping what it means to be a pop star in the digital age. And while critics argue and fans celebrate, one fact is undeniable. Taylor Swift has once again made the entire world stop and listen. So, what does the life of a showgirl really tell us about Taylor Swift? On the surface, it's another blockbuster album breaking records and dominating headlines. But underneath, it feels like a declaration that Taylor isn't just a pop star, she's the ringmaster of her own cultural circus, and the rest of us are watching from the front row. The critics are split, the fans are buzzing, and the numbers are staggering. But the real question now is, where does she go from here? Does this mark the peak of her empire, or is Taylor just getting started on an even bigger reinvention? One thing's for sure, this isn't just an album release, it's a statement. And whether you love it, hate it, or can't stop streaming it, Taylor Swift has once again turned the entire industry into her stage. But what comes after the life of a showgirl? Could the next act be her boldest yet, or the moment the spotlight finally starts to fade?